Hi everyone, it's Margaret, and I'm doing an avant-garde look for you girls and boys um, today. And this is something that I think is always fun to do when you want to go a little bit like out of the norm, especially if you're going to go clubbing or just go somewhere really crazy, or if you want to do something like this for a photo shoot or a runway show or whatever. And definitely for those of you who may want to get some inspiration for like Halloween, up and coming Halloween looks or costume parties and things like that. So anyway, this is the way I do this avant-garde look is always with the mind of beauty first. I'm always first a beauty makeup artist. You know, avant-garde has to not look like it's too much of a theatrical character, but more of a fashion character. So what I'm doing here, and when you're doing avant-garde makeup, very much like if you're familiar with airbrushing, it's definitely a different format of how you would apply makeup. So here I'm obviously doing the foundation first, which is pretty normal. But you want to, I'm doing this in the sense of a runway level. So it is still fashion theater, and you want to make sure that it's going to really translate on, on stage with all the lights and everything. So I'm actually pumping up the application. If you're going to wear this out on a just a casual clubbing kind of situation, you might not want to go as heavy, but it's up to you. It's really how much you want to wear it. And plus, I would imagine you would wear this at night, so you can definitely go a little heavier than daytime makeup. So I'm just really making sure that the foundation is really even, and you want to make sure that the coverage is really clean and really smooth. Um, and that's really the key thing here, especially when you're doing art on the face. You want the canvas to be really flawless. You want it to have a smooth finish. So now I'm going to really set the face really well so that way it's a nice blank clean canvas. And that's really what you want to do. So with this I'm going to just add some fallout powder after I set the face. And I'm just gonna really go with my small brush and just go into the little areas, the little crevices, just to make sure that every area is covered. And I'm gonna take my complexion brush and just set the whole face. And that's really the key thing, is you want to make sure that you get a little bit more than normal just because you want to set everything. So I'm going to start off with lipstick. I know, like I said, it's a different format of application. So I'm going to add a very nude color lip, and yet it's a very nice color nude. It's not like a clear color. It's more creamy. And this is really important because you want to build up the textures when you're doing any kind of avant-garde. I mean, you can do the lips last, but I like to always start off with the lip color because I really feel like the lip color will translate how the shading will react. And I'm going to be doing a silver streak look, which is pretty much like very, subtle with a little tinge of, just a tinge of color. So here I'm taking my contour color and using it as a blush. And as you see, it's very subtle, but it gives her a hint. So I'm going to smooth out her lid, because right in the lid area, and I'm going to pull it out, is where the intensity of the payout of the look is going to be focused on. So as you can see, I'm taking a silver cream color um, shadow. It's a cream shadow, and I'm just going all around her lid. And I'm just going to make sure that everything looks really just smooth and clean. And you can see how the metallic of the silver is really shining through with the light when the light hits it. And this is going to help create the nice structure of the look. And I'm actually going to go pretty intense with this. So with the silver, because that's really going to be the key thing. And I'm going to go all the way up and cover the full lid. So now I'm taking a silver metallic powder, and I'm just going to set that. And I'm going to go right from the middle, and I'm just going to go right in the middle of the the lid and just go all the way around to set the eyes. And see the intensity and the payout that I'm getting as I'm using the powder to set the cream. And this really helps. So I would definitely use both um, cream and powder if you want a really intense fallout. I'm sorry, payout. and and as you can see, now I'm taking my flat rectangle brush and I'm just pulling it out onto her temple because I want that streak effect. I want it to kind of have like a gradation. So I'm a painter and I think that painting has helped me with these kind of looks because it's pretty much very much a lot of the same techniques. So I'm taking just a step lighter than the actual silver I used on the lid and using this as a highlight powder. So I'm going to take just a little bit of a lighter silver and you can, if you don't have like a lighter grade silver or chrome color, you can definitely add a little bit more like a pearl essence to it just to mix it a little bit. And see how I'm using that and I'm just pulling that out. And one of the things that you want to make sure is that when you're using these types of brushes, you want to make sure that they have a really good cut and brushes will help you. So I just lined the underneath eye with silver, that cream silver. Now I'm taking my black metallic, you don't have to use metallic, you could just use black liquid liner, and I'm just dragging it right across the lower lid underneath the silver cream that I just added. And I'm just going to do this kind of like just simple streak because like right now minimal is really in, and even with avant-garde makeup you just want to add a little subtlety and like just doing a simple clean very fine art type liner onto the face. It says a lot, and this is really what we're going to do. And I'm just taking this and just really going in the underneath area and just creating a nice streak look. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to blend that in just ever so lightly and just make sure all the markings are really clean. So now I'm taking a gold liner. And this gold has very shimmer metallics. And I'm just going to go right underneath the black liner and do a real simple, fine, clean line. And really, that's really what you want to do. You don't want to go too heavy or too edgy. The key thing is when you're doing these lines, you want to make sure the lines look really flawless and really beautiful. Once you get all of that, and as you can see, I'm putting a black mascara on it, and this will just definitely support the black liner. But that's all we're doing here. I mean, really, it's not a heavy, intense liner look. It's just the liner is just kind of a fine art accent to the silver. And as you can see how everything is setting, you can see how the silver underneath the lash line is just very subtle but clean, and then you have that really fine thin line of the black liner, and then that really clean fine line of the gold. And then I'm gonna now just keep the black um, theme of the lashes, and then I'm gonna definitely define the brows very strongly, but not too strong to the point where it looks so obvious, but you really want to make sure the brow looks really perfect too, because that's really what it is. So here it is. Here's my avant-garde look, and now you can see from the highlights. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my techniques, check out my website, www.mkcbeautyacademy.com. You can take an online class, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.